Hello, everybody. Nothing to it but to do it, as they say. Getting started with my first live stream in many months. My name's Kerry Marsh, and I'm going to arrange a piece of music today. The beginning of this stream is going to be awkward, as streams are sometimes want to be. And the setup for all of this for me is complicated, I'm not necessarily the best at figuring all this stuff out yet. I'm going to get back into the flow of it, but this is Behind the Chart. I'm going to be writing an arrangement of You Do Something to Me. The beginning of this today, like I say, I'll reintroduce all of this because eventually I'll probably cut the beginning of this video off when I have it archived, because right now what I really need to do is let everybody know that I'm doing this. This is so my streaming settings are public. If anybody gets here early and backs up to the beginning of this, you probably are going to want to skip ahead, maybe closer to live, depending on when you get here. I am meanwhile going to go to my channel, and I have to find the thing that is. I am meanwhile. There we go. Okay, good, and I'm nicely in there. Okay, good. So I'm just going to share this with in a few places. I'm going to share it to Twitter real quick, and I'm going to share it to the Facebook. Arranging live for the first time. Chart live for the first time in months. Join in for the grind. No, join in for the fun. AKA grind. And then I'll call it Behind the Chart with this YouTube link, and then I'll do that, tweet that. And then I think that is how I'm going to share it to the Facebook as well. And I'll just share it to my friends. Good, that works. Hey, what's up, Matthew Miles? Good to see you in there, coming in from Sacto. All right, so just getting started with this. It'll be awkward for a minute. MK, oh, great to see you. Wonderful to work with at Jazz Fest. Thank you so much. It's really great to see you. Thanks for being here, being a part of this. Excited to get started today on this new chart. It's going to be cool. Share it to newsfeed or story. So I got to let the arranging a new chart live. I'm going to capitalize live for the Facebookers. Live for the first time in months. Join for the fun behind the live stream for Germany. Okay. And it literally is for the entire country. Okay, so I got to do this, and I got to say post to Facebook. I think that's how you do this. Otherwise, it's going to show up for my folks who are subscribers to the channel, I think. And so maybe that's how, Matt and MK, maybe that's how you might have run across this, so that's cool. But yeah, just so you know, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you guys down with your, oh wait, this is an old chat thing. I'm going to bring the chat down, and I've got this here so that folks sort of in the future can see the live chat. Hope that's okay, and I hope it doesn't discourage anybody from chatting, but I'm just going to keep this on the screen as we go. Okay, so got to talk about music here shortly, but the setup is a real thing. So great to see folks. I've been kind of hiding out here in Naples, Florida, for since July of 2021. So it's been a minute that I haven't done this kind of a thing, interacting with the streaming, but. Let me make this the beginning of the real. I'm gonna do this. So for you two who are actually here already, and I'm gonna change this to live chat. All message visible. Okay, good. And I'm gonna bring this down. So I'll bring it down here. The beginning of this later is gonna start in just a second as I trim this up, and then we're gonna get started. So let's see. Make sure all my ducks are in a row. You can see. Yeah, you can see all that up there. It's nicely delayed, which kind of a drag, but I think I will be able to deal with that. I'm going to have my original chart up for reference. I've got way too much screen real estate taken up on my second screen by OBS, which is, as many people will know, is the program one often uses to run this thing. I'm just going to give it a try and see how it goes. There's one more bit of information I want to have available, and then I'm gonna reduce this page drastically. So sorry, and then we're gonna really be live. How about that? Okay, I think that's okay. All right, here it is in 3, 2. Hello and welcome to Behind the Chart again, everybody. This is a live stream. I have taken the first part of this little stream to get everything set up. And you know how on Instagram when they do the live stream and most of it is just watching people come in and, oh, hi, thank you. And they watch the chats roll in. Well, I've already done that part with a couple of my friends here that have joined in. And I hope that we'll have some more folks along the way if others are interested in seeing the process of writing this new arrangement. But largely, when I do this, it's a bit for the opportunity to interact with some of my friends online who decide they are interested in hanging out and seeing how the entire process works of writing a chart. For me, it's a really great motivator. It helps me to get started, and I really need to get restarted because Julia and I have been in this mode for a while of doing the music of Minecraft and getting this whole series together of the first 3 pieces from Minecraft that we're releasing, which, as you may have seen, are the song Minecraft. It's called Minecraft, title track, Sweden. And those 2 are really the most popular songs. Are the ones that people really know. They're kind of like the theme songs of the game. And then another one called Wet Hands, which I thought was another really good one to get started with. We have the rights to, I think, essentially as much of C418's or compositions for Minecraft as we would like to do long term. And so we do plan on doing more of those. But for the moment, we were starting the process by putting these 3 out, seeing what the world thinks of them, because those are the most popular ones. And if the vibe is good for ambient style, jazzed up a little bit, but largely simple, beautiful, relaxing music, seems like a good time for that. So we thought we would put that out. Anyway, I will let you know what we're actually going to be doing today. It's going to be a Cole Porter tune called "You Do Something to Me." And this is the song that has that line about the "you do that voodoo that you do so well," if you've ever heard of that, that is I always thought that was a cute line. So all right, I'm using a template, actually, a former file that I arranged for the German Music Council, and my friend Matthias has commissioned this piece for me to write this year. Hoping Dr. B will grab the title track for our group. We're nudging about it. That's funny. I love it. I think he's aware. I definitely have talked to him about it plenty. Thanks, MK. So the template that I'm using is Believe It or Not, which was this James Taylor song that I arranged for the German folks years ago, several years ago, and they've commissioned another one, and I get to use this when I go to Trossingen to work with. This is Matthias Becker and his organization, the Deutscher Music Council. So we'll delete this bar from the score, and we get started here. Pretty fresh. I'm going to get rid of basically all the bars. I just kind of wanted to have my general layout and my chord symbol library and everything all ready. And so this is how I'm getting started today with this chart. But I will kind of roughly play through this a bit, play through the song. And then I promise you, I have no idea what is going to happen with this chart other than it's a swinger. It's going to be SSATB, so 5 parts. It's going to have a piano part that could stand on its own, because I know it's going to have to stand on its own. in Germany when I work with the Trossican seminar folks this summer on that piece. So I know that it ultimately needs to function that way, but bass and drums will be written as well. I have no idea what key it's going to be. I'll start with it in no key just yet, and I'm ready to rock here. So I'm gonna add a bunch of bars, and you know what? Do I want to hear? I think it's kind of creeping me out that I'm talking into this and I can't hear myself. Yeah. Check. Okay. Yeah, I just want a little bit of this. It feels slightly better that I can hear myself through the headphones. If I just did something that messed everything up, let me know. Da-da-da-da-da. Doesn't look like there's a delay. And I do believe you're going to have audio from Sibelius, but please, as you're watching, MK, if you're the one who's still watching, thank you. Let me know. And by the way, if it is MK, or if I just keep saying basically your YouTube name awkwardly, let me know. But yeah, just let me know if you want me to call you something else as we're going here, if you're just hanging out, because that's the kind of service you get when you're the only one currently watching a stream. That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to add a bunch of bars. Let's just put in 150 bars of music. I do believe we're going to go 4/4. No sound issues here. Oh, Matthew Miles is still watching too. All right, great. My information is out of date, and it looks like we're going to go. Oh, 4/4. I knew it. No sound issues here. I knew it. Okay. My information for who is watching on the stream is out of date, so I thought it was just. I thought Matt, you came in and you're like, cool, awesome, goodbye, and then so that's great. Very good to have you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do. So the tune itself is. I'm just gonna come over here. Awkward. Yeah, it's gonna be a little challenging to play this. Yeah, especially with that weird delay. I will pull up the head of the tune first, but this is the song that goes, you... Oh, Radish Monster is here too. Ha ha! All right, great to see you. This is it's a party already. All right. You do... This is not a good key for me. Something to me. Something that simply mystifies me. Or mystifies me. Yeah, I should know the song better. And then thrill me. Why should it be? Okay, so pretty traditional sounding swinger, right? We're gonna mess with it a bit. Hopefully, it has some good stuff happening eventually. By maybe 3 hours into this, we start to have an interesting groove going. Okay, you hear, what is that? Oh, you have the power to hypnotize me. Ba-da-ba-doo. Okay, let me live neath your spell. See, I don't know the tune well enough. Let me live neath your spell. And then do that voodoo that you do so well. Okay, bum, 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 bum. So that's that groove that that funny lyric you may have heard it sometime in your life. That is this song. And then finally, you do something to me that nobody else could do. All right. So the first thing to decide essentially is, in which key will we write this? I'm going to give myself, first of all, I'm going to give myself 8 bars roughly for intro space, and I can, do more with that later if I want to. And then, and the other decision is going to be about the verse. And there's plenty of things you can do with the verse. I kind of like the idea of coming right in with the chorus sometimes, and then maybe doing something else with the verse. So that's probably what I'm going to do in this chart as I'm going. My instincts right now. All this stuff would be not out loud if I weren't streaming the writing process, but I'm kind of just thinking of having some kind of an interesting intro. It's you do that voodoo, mystifies all that stuff. I've got to do something that is maybe slightly mysterious, maybe pedally of some kind, but the commission is to make this swing, and it's not super hard. This chart. This is going to be a level 3, so it would be the kind of chart that a high school choir, a pretty like middle of the road skill level high school choir could accomplish. Could sing this one. That is kind of what I'm aiming for with this chart. So, got to pick the key, and most of the time, the written key, like this is an E flat. Most of the time, that's gonna work. I am considering whether or not maybe I could take this up a whole step. So let's see. I can see later the verse is gonna be. It's going to be hanging around. That might be a little bit much. I was mighty blue, though my life was through, till the heavens opened. No, it kind of uses all of the treble clef. So when the lead sheet itself, the melody of the lead sheet uses the whole treble clef, like bottom to top, essentially, if that's roughly the octave that the tune is written in, I am pretty inclined to actually leave it in that key, because although sopranos are going to have to cross over their break around here, so it'll be chest mixed maybe and head voice, although that's going to happen quite a bit. If we try to put this in the range of to where, like down a fourth or so, or down even a fifth, where a soprano alto voice, more of an alto voice, would want to sing it as a soloist, then I can't really hang any chords. Or if I have to jump them up an octave, it's like really squealy. Really squealy. So I think E flat might be about right for us in this case. And so I could start to, there's a couple things I could do first at this stage. I could play around at the piano for a while and just experiment. And, trying to keep the swing thing going, but try a little, a few different tempi, and then just get something kind of, rough going. Or I could just write the melody of the tune in so that I'm looking at that with you. And I think I may do that. I may start to do, I'm just going to write it in. I don't know who's going to solo on this tune, anything. And there's nothing to the commission that's requiring, anybody in particular should solo and all that. Let's see. Oops, I goofed up. I did a bad thing. All right. Timestamps, all that. Very good. Do we want timestamps? That could be nice now, so I can see when people come in if I miss their comment or something like that. I'll do that. Okay. So I'm going to go into You Do Something to Me. I'm just going to put this in on the melody here, and it's going to be 4/4 time in the key of E flat. So presuming we're not doing anything really weird, if we're reharming from E flat, but we can always change this, obviously. I do presume something. I mean, I've listened to a bunch of versions of this. Ella's still kind of is the one that sticks with me the most as we go here. I'll just have you listen to that. I don't want to play it and get a copyright strike. So I'm just going to start. I'm just going to assume that we're in roughly. I've got to pick. I've got to pick a tempo. I'm gonna see what I think of 132. Right, Q, and then you go into your text thing, and you can't see this up here. I've kind of cut this. I've cut the ribbon off for you, which doesn't help you with your if you're interested in learning Sibelius from me. But honestly, you shouldn't learn it from me. I'm just a hack with Sibelius. Although I've been doing it for quite a while, I just know the things I know. But so here we go. So you do something, you do something to me. So yeah, actually kind of needs to be a little faster than that, so we don't have awkward long phrases. So actually, let me get this up to 148, and then just, I'm going to, oh, and I need to write the word swing as well. It starts moving faster, my friends. You do something to me. You do something to me. You something to me. Yeah, to me. Oops. So I'm just writing it in some swinging rhythms to start with here. You do something to me. And then kind of a comma with that. It's weird. The poetic thing. They put a period in there. Something to me. Something to me. Something to me. I would almost want to do it. Something to me. Something to me. Yeah, that's fine. Something to me. Something that simply mystifies. So I'm going to swing this. Something that simply something. Whoops. Something that simply mystifies. So simply So I'm going to try to swing this as well. Simply mystifies. It mystifies me. Me. So we want to put that on a downbeat. Me. Or maybe even a beat 4. Who knows? Simply mystifies me. Mystifies me. Yeah, I don't know. Mystifies me. I'm just gonna swing it. Me. And all of this can change. It's all just in light pencil at this stage. Something that simply whoops. Yeah. Is there an order to which I do this? Do I always put in the lyrics right away? Not necessarily. But I'm starting out like not. I don't have this song memorized. I don't play this tune in gigs and stuff. I don't know this regularly. I like the song. I want to write an arrangement of it. But I'm sort of getting my head wrapped around it as I do the arrangement, and that's pretty common. That particular phenomenon of me essentially learning the song throughout the arranging process. It's pretty common for me as a not very regularly gigging jazz performer these days, mostly doing the arranging. Okay, so I'm gonna presume normalcy until things come in and change it out. Tell me, okay. Tell me, what should I be? Okay, so I'm gonna do something with a shorter phrase here. Boom, boom, tell me. So this will be like boom, do tell me, boom. Why should it be? Yeah, so big space, and we'll do something interesting with the rhythm section with that. Why should it be? Why should it be? Why should it be? I'm just going to presume that this I will make sense later. Sometimes I will do that. So it'll be like one chord here, something to play around with later. But it's all one thing. In fact, I'll even write in a scoop. Conceptually, that's a thing I can sort of work with. So, tell me, why should it be? Should it be? And then what? Why should what be? Well, I don't know yet until I turn the page and... Oh, yeah, you have the power to hypnotize me, of course. You have the power to hypnotize... So we're still going to swing this. Bomb. You have the power. You have the power to hypnotize... Okay, boom. You have the power to hypnotize... Bonkada, you have the power... You have the power to hit. You have the power to. You have the power. You have the power to hip. You have the. Yeah, let's. You have the. We'll do a quarter note triplet on this. You have the. You have the power. You have the power to hip. Power. You have the power to hip. You have. They say power like heaven and all that. You know, where you see the apostrophe. Power to hypnotize me. You have the power to hypnotize. You have the power to hypnotize. Should I go power? You have the power to hypnotize. Power to hypnotize. The power to. I kind of want to make two syllables out of that. Is that cheeky? I don't know. Power to hip. You know, power to hip. Power to hip. We're putting the hip in hypnotize. Power to hypnotize. Power to hypnotize me. Dies me. Die. Still swinging with me. Dies me. Bang, bang. Okay. Pow. And dies me. Something else happens. Better write that in. You have the power to hip. No time. Is that right? Yeah. Hypnotize me. And that's a question. Why should it be that you have the power to hypnotize me? Okay. So for again, just as to put a marker in this idea too. This is what it looks like for a non-perfectionist to do this process. It's a totally different thing for somebody who's, who really meticulously has to go through it. But it isn't that it won't be good, I hope, by the end of the day. And literally the end of the day, this might, if all goes normally, this takes about 8 hours usually to write a chart. Sort of like this. So, if I wait for all the ideas to be perfected, then I'm in trouble, and it'll make the process pretty slow. So I can come back in and mess with things, certainly, but a lot of times I want to take inspiration from what I've already got on the page. So first thing you're doing, laying out the just form of the tune. As we go, I'm going to take inspiration maybe from you. If you've got contributions, you have ideas what you think the tune ought to do in a certain section, that's cool. We will probably have some solo space in this, but maybe instead, actually not even probably, I think there's a 50% chance I'm going to use solo space on this chart, and I may also write an approachable but hopefully cool solo section instead. Drink time, pardon me. So, okay. Okay, so let's get to the second half. So this is. Let me live beneath your live beneath your spell. This says live beneath your spell. I'm just going to make it beneath your spell because that feels a little dated. So let me live beneath your spell, live beneath your spell, beneath your spell. Yeah, this can be straight ahead. I'll go ahead and let this be a big chord. Let me, and then live beneath your spell, beneath your spell, and then here's the famous line coming up. At least famous to me. Me live beneath your spell. I mean, that's just a sentence, but they put a comma, but oh well. It just feels like it needs more, but that really is it. And then do that voodoo that you do so well. So we'll write it in. So this is now do technically in B here. Do that voodoo, do that voodoo, do 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 that voodoo. Do we're gonna do something cute with this. Do do that voodoo that you do so well, that you do so well. Yeah, we're gonna at least we're gonna do the normal rhythms here, and then do so well. So this is do that voo do that patum you do so well. So, but you do so well, but you do so well for, and then we'll see what happens after. You do so well, and then I have to figure out how we're gonna go on, because for what? For you do something. For you do. Yeah, we'll see. That you do so well for. You do, you for, well for. Yeah, I don't know about this for. You do so well for you do. No, well, for you do. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait on the. Jake, what's up, Jake? So yeah, you see what he says. Excited to watch you do that voodoo do that you do so well, Mr. Marsh. What's up, buddy? So double bar here. Jake, I still have to go through the thing that you know about, and get back to you on that, my friend. The deadline bug on this. It's not an official deadline on this arrangement, but it really needs to get done. So that's why I'm forcing myself today into making sure that I write this chart and get it going. So I know about it. I'm on it. And we'll be checking it out in detail shortly and giving you some feedback. All right. Do that voodoo that you do so well. So now we've got a for you. So I think... For you do something. So let's see, boom. Yeah, let's just do boom, boom. 4, 1, 2. For you, yeah. For you do. Could do something like that. Hey there, Star Child. Good to see you again. Glad to have caught another real-time arranging live stream. I'm glad you caught it too. Thanks for being back. That's great. Great to see you here again. Boom. For you do. So you for you do. For you do something to me. Bagado day do that. Okay. So for you do somebody thing to me. And it just goes on. Thing to me, thing to me, that thing to me, that nobody. That'll be kind of a cool hit. Thing to me, but that no. It's too much on the end of thing to me. That people are really gonna have to decide how they sing the word to on this phrase, and I don't know yet if we'll record it as to me. Something to me. I think it'll be to. Something to me. Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be. That nobody else. Yeah, it's straightforward-ish so far. That nobody else would. That swing. That nobody else could do. Nobody else could do. Body else could do. Body else could do. Else to. Body else could do. And I'll just play with this a little bit. Could do. Yes. Could do. Yeah, just be kind of a little soloistic. phrasing there. Could do. Okay, so then we get through the form, and that's a step. When folks ask about the order of the arranging process, and I often, let's see, is this going to mess me up? Yeah, it's actually going to keep going unless I bring this up. Want to make sure everybody gets to see the new ones that come in. Oh, there we go. Noodle. Hi, Kerry. Do you typically write out one entire voice part at a time, or do you write all the parts a few bars at a time? Also, hello from San Francisco. Well, hello from Naples. And I love San Francisco, and I miss it when we still live in Northern California. We used to come and work at the jazz school in Berkeley. Julie and I did. Do I write one voice part at a time? No, I do not. In fact, I was just talking about how some folks, they'll be interested. Many folks, I guess, that are interested in arranging, might be interested in the order of operations, like the order of how it goes. Well, it's varied over the years, but for me today, especially, a lot of the time, what I'll do is what I'm doing now is I'll write that lead line in first, so that I've got the skeleton of the chart in place, and I've got something on which to hang everything, a bunch of, you put the curtain rod up first maybe, and then the curtain. I don't know, maybe that's not even correct. I'm not sure. I'm not so good with home improvement. So anyway, yeah, you get the thing in place around which I can go back and I can write some reharmonization. I might even do that now. I don't know that I'll write the whole chart now, because, the groove, or and all that stuff, the whatever I'm gonna now maybe choose to do with improv. I'm not improv. I'm gonna be kind of improvising ideas over this, and choosing the best ideas to use for the arrangement. I'm not gonna take so much time to figure out every possible thing that I could do with the reharm, or the regrooving of stuff, or even the remetering, or however it's gonna go. But I just had a thought fly through my brain about remetering something, but I don't think I'll do that. But then, yeah, once it's time to write the ensemble parts, it's weird. People who've watched this before might tell you, it's odd how quickly that goes at times, and it almost seems like an afterthought. So much of the arranging process is what is happening left to right in the harmony. How is it relating to the melody? What's the bass? Like, I'll write the bass part early on. And in this case, I think it's gonna be probably some doubling of a bass part with the piano, as I'm just kind of imagining it right now. And then, yeah, you go in and you write the harmony, but the harmony is, if you know what the chords are, your reharmonization, and if you know kind of what otherwise be happening in the rhythm section counterpoint, what the ensemble does starts to become pretty obvious. In as much as it becomes too obvious, you can start to get uncreative as an arranger. And the voicings need to be fun. You want to, I think in my life, I want to continue to explore and come up with new ideas. Hopefully some of those will come through in the arrangement, and I have to trust that in the process. But yeah, I definitely, it's not a thing where you just write all the soprano, then write all the alto, then write all tenor, because sometimes the chords will want a third part. They're going to want, the treble parts will want a third part to fill it out if they go higher and all that. So yeah, no, it's not one part at a time, but it is this part at a time. Let me write this, that nobody else could do. That nobody else could do. This arrangement will ultimately only be available from a publisher in Germany called Edition Ferimontana, which is a really big choral music publisher in Germany that a friend of mine, Matthias Becker, runs. It's his operation. And it's a really great publishing company. I may be able to offer the demo and the part tracks and stuff on my website later. I'll talk to him about that. But I think this is an unusual one in that the chart itself likely will never appear at kerrymarsh.com. This one will just... I have to say that, by the way, or it sounds too happy with myself. Anyway, so I hope some of that answered your question, Noodle, and more. Here we go. So now is where I'm going to be off mic a bit, maybe on this. I'll bring this over. And it's going to maybe be awkward too because of there's a little delay. What can we do? This thing's an E flat. I haven't written any of the original chord changes in. I don't care about them in this case. In a case where I'm going to try to do something creative, I'm going to remind myself of the tempo. Actually, I'm going to go. Oh yeah, I'm going to make sure my tempo is really what I want. It looks like the click is disengaged here. It is okay. So yeah, it's probably going to be faster. This is faster. I'm picturing this as like, is it like, it's not one, it's 168 or something. Let's see. No. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, what if that's the beginning of it? So, yeah, that'd be kind of weird, right? So, whoops, that wasn't right. So, chordal with the melody at the top, that little melody motif. Could work. And then if I did something a little unusual, which is this B over Neil Alsop is there. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Good to see you again. Good to see your name in print again, my friend. I think, in fact, when I looked over at my phone, I saw that I missed your call. So I have a small sense of what we're talking about on that phone call, and I could be wrong, but whatever it is, I'm happy to talk to you. And I'll tell Julia hello and that we love her. We all love Julia. Of course we do. She's in the other room, making a day out of it. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Neil Alsop, director of badinage from Hutchinson Community College, from my state alma mater, at least, where I'm from, originally in Kansas. Was an hour away from my parents still, and where I grew up. So been a friend for many, many years in this world. Good to see you, buddy. But that kind of sounds cool, right? Because what is that? What that is like C major. So can you see on the screen there? Yeah, so it's like C major 7-ish with no third yet, and then a sharp 11 there, but going from a C minor chordal harmony thing. So we could probably play with that as a motif. Notice it is one of the very first things I did. And also, I'm not too self-conscious yet over the fact that boom to gang do gang is really common in swing tunes. I mean, I've written it surely several times, and it's just one of the, especially if I'm especially if I put this big old McCoy Tyner fifth in the bass. And then play chordal harmony right out of the gate. But I kind of like the idea of this having a bit of edge to it. And to be, it's not so fluffy. Something that mystifies me doesn't always have to be good. What are the rest of the lyrics? Anything? Why should it be? You have the power to hypnotize me. Maybe this is frustrating, right? Let me live beneath your spell. Is that Stockholm syndrome sort of? Just go ahead and do that voodoo that you do so well. You do something nobody else could do, but maybe that's not such a good thing. Now, in the verse that we may eventually use, I was mighty blue. I thought my life was through till the heavens opened, and I gazed at you. Won't you tell me, dear, why, when you appear, something happens to me, and the strangest feeling goes through me, and then it comes out. So that's, I mean. It may be a little bit of a stretch once if we do something later with with the verse of this song rather than have it just be chorus. But I mean, yeah, we could go a little bit edgy. We could go sort of mysterious, a little slightly more intense on this. Could be cool. And it would take a song that is it could come off corny if in the arrangement because of just the progression of time and history since Cole Porter's genius, originally sprung forth. Now, a thing like this could be if it's you do something to me, something that ought to mystify. So we have to be careful not to be corny in the world of ensemble vocal jazz, writing a level 3 chart. Thank you very much. So maybe this is enough. Maybe this is corny to vocal jazzers too. I think it sounds good though. So yeah, boom. Let's drop this C minor. So again, simplest reharm ever. If your tune is in E flat, go ahead and use your relative minor, because of course the melody is largely going to fit, and so we just call this a tune in C minor instead of E flat major. That's pretty straightforward, right? Boom, boom. Yeah, maybe I should go boom, boom. Let's do that. Boom, boom. Gun, gun, gadon. Like that would be kind of cool. Boom, boom. 1, 2, gun. Bum, bang, ba, ba. Let's see. Does that work to play that? Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, it'll be more on the second time. It'll be more like bum, 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 bum. Whoops. I don't know if it's gonna have the second time. If we're gonna pedal this out, we probably pedal it out, and then boom, boom, boom. Maybe something else happens after that. This is where it starts to feel like a Bob Ross thing, doesn't it? Like, yeah, maybe a happy little other chord takes place there or something, but we'll see. So yeah, here's the intro. So what is that? That's if we're writing this in, of course, it starts out C5, but we know that it's going to be C minor 11 to really, it's B over C. But the way that's going to function, like the rest of the stuff in any chords that would happen with that, it's not really the rest of B. It's not even B over C. It'd be B minor over C. But mostly how I'm going to be thinking about this is that it's like C major 7, sharp 11. It doesn't have a third. I could write no 3, but that's really annoying. And so that's kind of what it is. And then, okay, now, I won't be able, let's see, you do, if I were to bring this over to A, to letter A, you do something to me, to me. So maybe like, I'd like to be able to carry this, whatever I'm going to do for maybe 8 bars in this intro, I'd like for it to be able to carry over into this before we leave it, maybe walk bass even. I don't know, but, and then keep coming back to this thing. But, so what if it's, so this feels kind of like, this is D. Look, you can see this on the thing. This is like if a D half diminished over. That's ugly, but it's kind of okay. Over the C stuff. So let's just try writing that. Let me go and make that a thing. Because we can do anything we want, right? Oh, wait. Oh no, it's happening here. Something to me. So if I'm going to try to write something that where bars 3 and 4 in my intro do work over bars 11 and 12 here, so we can have something to hang on, and then the choir can sing this do-da figure right away. So what is this? Same thing again, back to C minor 11, and then ba ba ba. Now what is this really? If now it kind of has to be written as like it really is like F minor 6 over C. is more functionally what's going on there, I think. And so, just double checking really quick. Yeah, I mean, the choir, we already know the choir can do this. So let's just, for fun, let's just do or something. Yeah, so it'll be, 3-part intro for the moment at least. And I can't seem to click that. Okay, so we know this is or something like that. The or something like that is so valuable in this process. It helps you move forward, whereas you might otherwise get stuck and think that you need to know the exact thing. So, and we know this is a vocal jazz crescendo because this is vocal jazz. And we do probably a little sforzando piano crescendo that we don't actually notate, but we know people are going to do this. Can the tenors do that? Yes, they can. So, da do da da you. So as long as the tenors are okay with that jump, I'm already picturing whether or not I'm going to write something else in these 4 bars, or if we're just going to do that again. It's a level 3. Might just do that again. But yeah, so something makes me kind of want to do more with that. As in, like, I don't know. Like that. What I think I can already hear happening in this chart is this is going to be an ending vamp figure that's going to come up later. Again, we're going to do a cyclical thing. So later on, this will come up. And, it's the kind of thing you might have a drum solo over, or you might have people improvising over. Yeah, it's not too bad, Yeah, I mean, that, yeah. So that could be pretty intense. So yeah, whatever the voodoo is in this song, we don't love it. We're not having a great time. So dot do and then this will be dot do do just for I'll just give them the whole bar. I said, did I write something in the description of this about the pickleball capital of the world? It is, and right now in the pickleball capital of the world, I'm not kidding you, the U.S. Open of Pickleball is happening about a 4-minute drive from my house if I were in my car right now. And Julia and I were yesterday, and we went out and watched some of our favorite women's doubles pickleball players, just our favorite category of pickleball. We just like those players a lot. And we saw some of our favorite players play, and it was super cool. And it's really happening. It rained a lot yesterday. It's, I think, going to rain a little bit later today, quite a bit out here, as it starts to do closer to summer in tropical Florida. But yeah, anyway, it is truly the pickleball capital of the world. It's awesome here, and Julie and I like to play. If you haven't tried pickleball, especially if I were young, if you didn't hear, that was the thunder. Yeah, if I could go back to when I was a kid in Great Bend, Kansas, playing tennis against a big wall, a big side of a mall building. You know, this mall building. You know, a mall. Anyway, the back of it. You know, and I would go out and I would hit the tennis ball. Man, if I had pickleball courts at my disposal back then, that would be the perfect thing, because I love ping pong. I tried tennis, but you know, it's too big of a sport. But pickleball is perfect size. I love it. It's catching on. Okay. So we got it. So I do think this is probably it. What we may expand this later. And a lot of times the treatment of this figure, this would be to. Sorry, I had to think about something. Oh no. We're gonna start this off with an alto soprano solo, but yeah, a lot of times, actually, yeah, this is it basically. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rhythm section starts to set it up. And I'm thinking about even doing that still, but I actually kind of think I want to take advantage of the group here with their big crescendos. I want 4 big vocal jazz crescendos before we even start the chart. So we're starting forte. We're going after it. We're going to come right out of the gate. Come on, Germany. Let's do this. I'll write a bass part later, interestingly. Usually I write the whole bass part super early, but I don't know. Here we go. So what does it sound like when I play it back? Oh, the tempo is not picking it up from the beginning. Here we go again. Yo, Samuel, good to see you. Yo, I'm playing 2 of your pieces for a gig today. The bass part goes crazy in your arrangement of Unwritten. What does it even do? What does it do? All right, I gotta find it. Let's pull it up. What does that bass part do, Samuel? That is so crazy. I believe it. It's totally possible. I'm pulling it up. So what happens here? There's the piano part. All right, here's this bass. Oh, yeah. So you got this. Boom. Yeah, for this middle school, right? Well, they had a professional bass player when they did the commission. Yeah, it's a groove, man. It's a driving pop groove, right? Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, and at the end. Yeah, lots of syncopation. Yeah, oh, man. You had to prepare in 4 days for this gig. Well, you don't have to play all the exact notes if you just want to, that's why the changes are in there. If you want to, well, I mean, it depends on what the director said they want to have you do. Oh, good. Lots of my personal data out there. Wow. Oh, and in your Queen of Hearts chart, everything, Jake. Oh my God, everything just came up. All of the PDF files I've ever had just came up. I hope my social wasn't on that. Anyway, please don't steal my life. Anyway, yeah, I hear you. Good luck with the gig. Thanks for playing the tune. That's great. What's this? If you want to tell me what school it is, that would be great. Isn't that funny? Yeah, it was up, ready for me to look at it and go through. And as you can tell, all right. So what have we done? So we're gonna try to bring this in, and it's probably gonna have to change by the time we get to Mystifies Me. It's probably gonna have different syllables. Yeah, it's probably going to be all oohs, maybe not so many aggressive crescendos. For church choir. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That totally makes sense. Yeah, I see that. So I'm going to do a subito mezzo piano. Hunter! Hello, good to see you again too. So excited that you're coming to SMV for Vocal Jazz Fest next year. We'll finally get to meet. That's right. Awesome. Yeah, I know that that was just announced yesterday on the socials, which I'm really glad to see that group. Obviously, that's going to be a fun group of colleagues to work out with. All my friends, of course. It's a small world, so we're all buddies in this vocal jazz world. I can't double click this. I can't double click it. I can't double click it without zooming in because there's too many handles. What is this? Finale all of a sudden? So I need subito mezzo piano. I need a very tiny subito that is in italics. It kind of looks right. And then I need the same sub up here. Okay, good. That's great. Yeah, cool. I'm glad we get to meet. That'll be so cool to be up there. It's been a long time coming, and we've been talking about, I've been talking to Jeremy about going up to do that festival for a minute. So, very happy that that's finally going to work out. Let's have no more crazy variants that mess that up. You do. So, in fact, I could even say you do, right? Just to be cute. I won't continue that. I think I'll just slightly do instead of dot do but since the phrase is over, something to me, I can get through this now. So I think this is good here so far. Yeah, it no longer works for this phrase, so we will have to come up with another thing to do, as of right here. I copied it, but was not really planning on keeping it. Mezzo piano is is that too far? And these are too small. Maybe it's, and do they need to be bolded? Bold italic? Yeah, it looks better. Okay. I hate this. This looks awful. How do I? All right, it's gonna make sense later. Okay. You do something to me. I'll just say SA soloist. In choral arranging, we are doing everything we can to start using sort of non-gendered but part-based language in our charts. At least, I mean, we've been doing that. A lot of folks been doing that. It makes sense. It makes absolute sense to go that route. In the old days, we did a lot of gal solo or guys and gals and stuff. And, turns out it happens to be 2022. And we're figuring it out. So, okay. So, okay. Now we can go anywhere with one. Something that. So this can be anything. In fact, I'm not even going to have any of this here. Something that's simply missing. So what I am excited about, right on MK, F minor 11, I'd like to get there. Actually, no, dig this. Something that, that's just a quick solo. They'll come back in later. But I kind of want the ensemble to hit Mystifies. So. So it's going to be triadic, but I love that 11th in the lead there. So we're going to make that the priority. So you write quick tip. I'm writing the thing down that's the thing that's most inspiring about this first, and then I'm going to get into it somehow. So I know I want to get to F minor 11 somehow by Phiz of Mystifies, and then And I don't know what the me is going to be. Hopefully an interesting reharm or something. But let's decide. Let's decide. So and then what could be cool from that? Rise me. I'm just going to choose that. I'm just going to choose dun, dun, bum, 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 bum. Probably A flat coming up. Yeah, no, it's not going to be that. Tell me, no, because that's awful. Bum, bum, bum. So that's going to be this. A lot of stuff is going on in the old brain here that I'm not telling you about. But anyway, I'm working on getting now to a different chord that I'd like to prioritize. So this is going to be D7 alt. Why? I don't know, because I randomly played it, and it kind of makes the lead note cool that we get to do this voicing and this part of the voicing. I almost don't want to waste that voicing on just a quarter note, but we'll see. But anyway, and then we're going to get to from D7 alt. So, and so this is a case where I thought it would be short, but now I'm going to do a cool thing here that I want to last longer. And that cool thing is using my 2 chord over the 3 business that we like to do sometimes. So this is G flat 2 over B flat 2, and then what is that? F2 over A, right? Boom, boom. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, you'll notice I never finish this, and I'm running with what is most exciting for the moment, which is like, oh, cool. I think I know how to get out of this thing, but and to get to the sort of second A section thing. Not a second A section. It's a B. Anyway, we're having fun. 8 folks watching is basically about right for when I do these things, which is great. I'm really so happy to have you all here. This is exciting for me. This is my first time doing this from Naples, where we live now. It is it's beautiful outside. It's 73 degrees with a lot of nice humidity, and it smells tropical and stuff. And I live in a house where I can't open the windows and bring any of that in. So I've got my little tropical fan that you can't see making a bunch of noise. This is it's a different vibe for us than when we lived in Greeley. But we're very happy to be down here. We moved down here to be able to be closer to Julia's mom. And also just to kind of get some new inspiration in life and move ourselves in some different new directions, which we like, and try to work on our lifestyle and stuff. So that's why we're here. So we are just a few bars into this tune. I guess I'll play it a little bit, and we're going to have a blank spot, and then we'll fill that in. Okay, yeah. No. Oh, wait. I had the wrong chord here. That's going to go up. There's going to be a counterpoint thing going. So that's actually going to be G2 over B, would be hipper. we won't do the thing of the major. The major seventh rubbing against the melody there, which instinctually I tend to like to do that sort of routine. Okay, now how do we get to F minor? So we got the something. So here's A diminished. Let's see, or a half diminished. No, that doesn't work too well. Well, we could roll down something. Nah. I'm trying to think of doing a slick thing with a bass progression. So we could do, if you could do half steps, it means you can do fifths, bum, 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 and get down there. Something that's in. That could be kind of cool. Let's do a turnaround. So working backward, as we often do in this case, C7 alt is going to be miss. It's not alt. It's just sharp 9. Why'd you guys say that was alt? What's wrong? Come on, get with it, everybody. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, and then the voice singing is good. And we're already there for the essays. So, okay, bing bong bong. How are we doing, everybody? I haven't been distracted for a second, so I'm actually getting some writing done. But if you distract me, I'll be totally happy. I will not be bummed out. Okay, okay, so that's going to be bum bum bum. Bagadoo ding ding dow. Kind of like that. And the piano won't be able to play much except for this. I mean, they could play a lot of things, but I want them to play this. And then boom. Okay, so that's a temporary little piano part there to fill in that stuff. Now, what have I done? I started with A, so we were doing a bunch of... So I started with A, something. Now, there could be a lot of different things with A. All I really need is A, da, 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 bum, something that's so I could go ba-ga-doo da. It could be that progression. This is weird for me writing it in the piano part, but this particular chart, like usually I would write the bass line out first, and then I figure out what the piano does later. In this case, I'm writing a chart that the first time it gets performed is the first time it gets performed very likely is going to be at a summer music workshop where I'm going to sit down and play. I'll be directing the piece, and I'll be the pianist. I'll be sitting down and in the performance of it. It's a low stakes performance, but when we do that at the end of the workshop, I'll be directing. I want da 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 da, and I know that I know the kind of chart that the piano chart that can stand on its own is one where the bass then can be added after the fact, and for Samuel. no offense. In this case, I'm going to have a secondarily written bass part, whereas usually I'm thinking very heavily about like the bass is right at the top of what I want to write. It really sets everything up, obviously. So I think I'm going to try so I'm having to think of left-hand piano, and so sometimes it's going to be in fifths, and sometimes maybe sevenths if it's high enough voicing, octaves, that kind of like in this case, and then I guess ba ba. So kind of the ba da 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 da. Well, yeah, exactly. So what kind of voicing do we want out of this? Something. Yeah, let's just go ahead and be A minor on this. Let's just be A minor because I think we shouldn't be afraid of the. We shouldn't be afraid of an E natural here after just. That was technically in this F minor 6. Although we haven't heard it, but. Something that. We're going to come back to D7 alt in a minute, so maybe we shouldn't use that. Something. That's it. Something. Oh, something. Oh, you know what that is? That's like A minor to, A minor to B flat 2 over D. Because I want the B flat to make sense in the melody on the word that, right? So I'm just going to temporarily write, or at least temporarily write this. Yeah, and that's going to influence my voicings here. So we want this, and then we know now that this is something like B flat 2 over D. And then in order to get that to line up, I'm going to copy that and put it up here. And then the voicings, yeah, we're just going to, actually this is turning into a chart where after writing in the skeleton of it, I'm actually going right ahead and just finishing the chart bar by bar. Very unusual. Usually I don't do it like that. It's a little more methodical left to right. But at least for now, my inspiration, you have to follow that, right? You got to work quickly and try to get everything down. And so the inspiration is to do that. Something that, something. Actually, this has to be the same rhythm because I want a nice new voicing here for something. So, actually, it's gonna be something that simply missed it. Yeah, something that, and then something. Okay, 2 parts. And am I worried about this whole note before? Yes, I am, and I will fix it soon. For right now, I'm just gonna work. But yes, I'm gonna fix that because you can't breathe. Da da do something that simply mystifies me. Even at a good clip, I want a breath here. So do 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 ya ya da ya. So what are they going to do to get a breath? It's just do-do-wah-dat, I guess. Yeah, do-do-wah-dat. Thank you. They need one too. In which case, it's a short little mini crescendo that goes to, pardon me, yikes. That goes to, and it goes to the end of 2 there. That something, and then we pick this up with two parts. Something that simp, and then that simp. That simply missed. Okay, that simp. That. Now, what are the change? This is some probably. That's simply. This is just G minor. So this is G minor 11. G minor 11 because the 11 in the lead. That's simply. Yeah. And I'm not going to make this any harder in the basses, so they get to stay on their same note. That's simply. That's You know what? This isn't even G minor 11. It's also E flat 2 over G, just like the previous one, because it's more of an Aeolian vibe, right? Because we have that. So we've got that going on. Something that simply, and then simply miss. So that will actually be fun for them to maybe grab that E natural in the moment. Simply miss. Whoops. Simply missed it. And then same voicing for T. And then we've written the phrase. So, I mean, for sure that took 20 minutes, I think, to kind of suss that out. But that was pretty crucial, actually. So now we have this much of the chart. I'll just play it and I'll take a drink. Right? I mean, that does it, right? That does the thing. Can I write a bass part here? I mean, what we're really doing is a broken is a sort of broken swing feel here. So boom boom ba boom boom. So just get rid of the non-bass notes. Boom, 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 boom. Broken, kind of aggressive, broken feel with the drummer catching a bunch of hits, which, of course, my drummer friend from Canada who plays my demos will be super hip at. That is Matthew Chalmers, the arranger, also featured at kerrymarsh.com, home of the Minecraft Choir Edition series. Okay, sorry. That's what I could do speaking while working. So I'm just gonna finish this bass part. The drums truly will be last. I believe. I mean, I'll go in and write that at the end, right? No, seriously, I really will. Okay, so what does it sound like? Maybe just a little bit more. I got to make sure I've got my forte going. Then subito mezzo piano. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it kind of is. No, that's not where the crescendo happened. Crescendo happens at simply mystifies, and then we get to another mezzo forte. All right. So we are thinking about dynamics right away. I'm thinking about all of the elements right away, which sometimes is a means of procrastination. It's like productive procrastination as an arranger. I don't want to think about the hard decisions that I have coming up and, interesting stuff like how exactly does this, how do these next 8 bars actually go? How are they going to be reharmed and all that? I'm just gonna finish the detailing of the beginning of this, but let's see what it sounds like with bass in there. Okay, so as you will have noticed, this thing that's all modal and aggressive at the beginning, with chordal harmony and changing from a minor to a major with the sharp 11 feel at the very beginning and all that, and then pushing it a little bit. When we go dun, 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 sounds like real jazz harmony because of the motion by fifths. That is deliberate. That is that is something that. I don't want the thing to sound completely foreign to jazz ears, and this is not meant to utterly change the world, but I am trying to put a bit of a spin on it. So I think that now is cool. 16 bars are cool. I'm happy with the beginning of that. Now, what do we do? Tell me. So that's the move I often do, but I don't suspect that's where this is going. Tell me. Okay, so that tell, I am gonna figure out what the voices are gonna do, so I know how to support it, and that is the start of it, and then this is actually triad down here. So it's like triad, G flat triad with the 9 or the 2 on top, but then going down to a different kind of triad because the melody's moving down, it compresses the voicing a bit, and we end up with this open G2, no third involved at all. I think G2 can have a third. It's a sus, and so you think of it as not having a third, but of course we can. So do I start thinking about writing it from the bass? I wonder. I might do that. It might be actually faster. Bang, bang. Oops. Instead of taking all the time to figure out the piano, definitely taking notes on arranging in E minor, E minor, or E flat or C minor. Sorry, I was reading ahead. Very good. You can just transpose this advice into all 12 keys if you like, Star Child. So I got to figure out then what happens. Why should? So we have this idea. Tell me now. Right now, I'll tell you what my brain's doing. If you'd like to know, maybe you'd like to know. It's trying to. My left hand pinky is on the B, playing G2 over B, and it just really wants to go to someplace comfortable. Why should it? So what it just did is it went up a half step to a place we know very well. That's C, right? But what we did above that was the A flat 2 over C, which is in parallel with the concepts we've just done. And there's also a mystery to that. So I'm selling myself on the idea of, maybe this just kind of sneaks around in these little half steps, the whole thing. So if it's da, why should it be? I think that might be our move, right? Okay, so what was that we ended with? It's the thing that's not so obvious, but so this was a flat 2 over C. Should it? And then back down G2 over B again. So again, it's sneaking all around. Tell me, why should it be? okay, and then I can do something interesting with this voicing. Now probably going ahead and having a special a little moment maybe between second sopranos and first sopranos, where now we also then have the rest of the voicing. Actually, we don't need that alto part because we're going to cover that in tenors probably. I don't like anything else added to that voicing. I like this now being pretty plain. Again, fifth motion. So we're all about half steps, and then fifths, and that's just it's such a common move with my modal reharm approach. A lot of sneaky little stepwise things, and then pop in some fourths and fifths into the bass line motion. So we're good. Taking a drink. Okay. I feel like moving forward a little bit on this. Would that work? Yeah, it's boom boom ba doom boom ba doom 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 ba doom doom. So yeah, bum 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 ba dum. And then I want to drop this, so bubble. So bing bubble. See that effect? That's the move. Yeah. And then who knows what else is going to come? We have to look at this. You have the power to hypnotize me, and then we can hopefully we'll see if we can come back to just looking ahead a little bit. I'm going to put a placeholder of this because it would be super cool form-wise if I could go back to my C minor business there. It looks like I'm not going to be able to do the same thing because of the way the melody works. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there for a second, but I think it won't actually be that at all. Okay. What do we have? So, no, I need to write the ensemble. I'm going to write the ensemble here. Let's see. So we have. Why? Let's just get voicings on this. Oh, well, or why should it be? Why should it? Why should it be? Why should it? Nah. Why should it be? No, we just need chords here. Why? Why to me? Why should? And dig this. The should voicing can be kind of a one of these chordal drop voicings. Why should? Yeah. Why should? And then we can go back home on it. I do think I won't go fully parallel with this B voicing, but instead kind of move the tenor basses up. And then, why should it be? Why should it be? Run that 100 times alto section and you'll be okay. And then, yeah, I know. I anything with tempo, I'm not loving the. I'm not loving that it's playing. I wonder if there's a way to not do that. Yeah, because there's a delay coming out of there's a delay coming out of Sibelius, so when I play stuff, it's ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, and I don't know how to turn that off. There's got to be a way. Come on, Sibelius folks. Do you know how to do it? It's okay. I don't want to take too much time to do that, but I swear there must be something in my preferences. Let's see. Input devices. MIDI through? Yeah, maybe MIDI through was the deal. If I don't do that. Oh, that's it. And then when I go to play this back. By the way, have I saved for at any point? No. Okay, so that's it. Oh, good. We are back to cool. So you'll hear the ideas on the keyboard, but you won't hear it delaying. It was just MIDI through. Okay. Bing bong, what should it be? Okay, let's just something. Let's listen to this. There you go. The part about alto sounded like Dr. B going, you can hear harmonies, you can sing alto, right? Yeah, exactly. No matter which part you would normally sing. Totally understand that. That is Dr. Tim Buchholz, by the way. If I presume most folks then maybe don't know which Dr. B. There's a lot of B people, but he's one of the really best B people at letter B as we are right now that MK's talking about. One of my good friends we just hung out with up in Wausau and Stevens Point, Wisconsin. And it was a great hang up there. Had an really awesome time with the students in those programs and all the Washington or the Wisconsin area high school groups that came out for that festival. It was super fun. Julie and I got to sing a duo performance and had a blast. I got sweat in my eyes in the concert, and thankfully it was over a blues, so I knew the changes and could walk the changes while I fixed it. It was good fun. I think I'm going to keep moving and not writing this piano part, right? So let's just figure out what the harmony does. So tell me, why should it be? So that's just this little special. And then now, again, my hand wants to go down. You have the power. You have the power. You have the power to hit the time. So let's just do half step motion, you guys. If we're, you all, if we can do this. You have. Awesome to have you in our class last Thursday. I was one of the scat solo that you and Julia liked. Absolutely. We did like that. That's thank you for the reminder. We did like that. So this is this harmony here. I'm just going to write it up here, I think. So E flat, just major. What? Major what? 13? And then we're just continuing to move down. But in this case, it is truly a D minor 9. We've been doing a lot of something over the third to create the effect of the minor. But this is truly D minor. And then, bum, 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 bum. So all that works. I don't know if that could be the original changes. I'm not looking at it right now. Bum, 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 bum. And then, but I know this isn't the original change, which it goes, we're going to go to D flat. So again, movement by half steps, just is very smooth a lot of the time here. So in this case, we've got D flat, major 7, something. Probably going to add some color to that. Okay, so here's where we're gonna go. Dig this. Hypnotize. A flat, major 7, major something after this, and then mi is gonna be the sharp 9 of G7 alt, because And I was wondering about this working, but again, root movement by fifths and then half steps, half steps, half steps, half steps, fifth, half, 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 fifth, fifth, half steps, half steps, fifth, half. It's the trick that's going on with this modal reharmonization here. And then by this point, it's back to G7 alt, and then it's 5-1. Now, I know it's going to be, it's got to be something else besides our motif when we go back to this, because it's going to be terrible. So that doesn't work. So we have to do something else. But I like this. Okay. I'm just gonna finish this idea real quick. What did I just do? God, I need to back up the stream. Okay, so this is a new sound on me on the high chord, and that's going to be B flat 13 sus. And so what do we have? Probably just the C minor here. This is all different now. Yeah, none of this gets kept. But we did want to get back to C minor, so that's cool. So limit, and this is going to let us do a minor 2-5. So minor 2-5 into G minor on spell. So a minor 2-5 is going to be A flat 7 flat 5, which I can't seem to type. And then D7 sharp 9. I'm going to have to write this. Flat 13. Oh, whoops. Just D7 alt. Because it's going to go from this. So it's worth it to me to get that right for everybody. If I wrote alt when the A is natural and it's not altered, then I can't sleep at night. Okay, so then we get to a cool spell voicing. Did I really want to? Yeah, you know what? This wasn't a good idea here. This isn't a soloist. That was ridiculous. Why do I have a soloist for so little time? So what I really want is subito mezzo piano happening here. And I need the ensemble to go do that. So I'm going to run back and grab that in a second. But no solos, no solos. Up to this point. No solos. Weird random solos don't work for me. And I'm thinking ahead, too, to my workshop gig. Again, with this German group that's going to do this. They're off mics, except that they do have solo mics. But do I want to, pass around this solo? Maybe this tune is a solo-less chart. Those are really pretty useful at times, just to focus on the ensemble. I like to have layering too, so anyway, it's cool. We're an hour and a half in. I kind of know where this chart's going. I'm happy with that. That's decent progress, right? I think it's decent. It's coming together okay. So yeah, what is this? No, I was about to finish an idea, but I think that's enough that I know this. So anyway, to wrap up the idea I just finished before I got distracted by an earlier thing. And then live beneath your spell. You do that. Yeah, I don't know what the doo-doo is going to be. So what was my trick before? My trick before was... So it's just that thing. It's this wah dot. I just need to get them out of there. They need to be out of there so they can breathe and prep for now singing the melody. So it's the same thing I was gonna do 4 bars later with the wah dot, except now they have to do it sooner. So then what do we have? You do. Hello, everybody. Checking in just to say hi to you all. And thank you for being here. And again, quick recap on the concept of what we're doing here. This is, again, a behind the chart just means I started this, in this particular case, I started today with absolutely nothing in mind about what to do with the arrangement. That was an hour and a half ago or so. And in fact, spent some time trying to figure out, make sure my new settings for where we live here in Naples and my new computer setup, that all is going to work. And then that's functional for the stream today. I've got chat in the corner so that you can feel free to interact, and I respond darn near immediately to chat. Sometimes I'm actually happy to be distracted because when I come back fresh to an idea, something new will be sparked and all that. So, but please make comments about the music, ask questions. Totally happy for everybody to interact. Just say hello if you want to, and that's all. I will not hound you about that, but I just wanted to do a quick check-in with all the cats. If you I wouldn't be a YouTuber. Wouldn't be a YouTuber if I didn't remind you that if you want to be notified of these things in the future, when I go live, you may not be on Facebook. Kudos to you if you're not. I mean, good job. I'm barely on there. I'm on there to make announcements like this and to announce like the Minecraft series and all that I just did. But Twitter, I don't check that as well. You can follow me on Twitter, whatever. But if you want, just sub to this channel. If you want to put the notification on, you'll be notified. If you're interested in checking these out in the future, I'm going to start doing a lot of them, I think, over the summer because this is a fairly productive thing for me to do. It helps me feel very motivated to work for you here. So what really is this? This is you. This actually, it's that. Something to me. So you do. So that's what this was meant to be from the beginning. It's an ensemble figure, and I don't know why I started putting that in a solo. You do. Okay, just be a proper. Oops. Let's just call this what it really is. We need chord symbols everywhere. Writers. We need chord symbols above, all the rhythm section, parts. Obviously, I don't put them above the drums, and some drummers really like that, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I could use those changes or whatever." I don't like taking too much space on the page with information if I can avoid it, and I give the drummers a lot of information usually, so like cues and hits and all that stuff that I'll be eventually writing into this drum part down there. So I don't overdo it. To me, overdoing it by putting changes on these charts in the drum part, I think it's too much. Most drummers will not use that, even as some really high-level people are super great ears and they will use that stuff. I appreciate it. I don't do it. However, bass needs it, even if I'm fully notating it like I'm doing. Piano needs it, even if I'm fully notating it like I'm doing. And then the choir needs it. It's especially handy for the director who maybe doesn't want to use, have more pages open than necessary and wants to just use the vocal part that will ultimately look something like this, although I'll fix it. It's going to look kind of like this. It'll have a different song name. I should change that. This is the template that I was using, not the song it is. They want to use that, and it's easier to teach from like blown up choir parts that are a little closer, and but also have the changes so you can accompany along. So writing the changes in, highly important for practical purposes, and so yes, we always do that, and I do it from the beginning because I know ultimately I'll have to. You do okay. Do. some. So we go back to this some chord. I don't know about thing yet. We're going to figure it out. So something, 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 something. Hello, Dave M. I see you there. I'm going to finish this little voicing because I think I found a decent voicing for thing. I think that'll sound nice. Oops. Dave M., I'm on it. Dave M. says, hi, Kerry. I'd be very interested in seeing these videos when you do them. I've followed your writing for several years. Congratulations on your successes. Well, it's just a nice thing to say. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope they're useful to you when they come up. I like them. I have enjoyed things like watching Jacob Collier's process when he does that live. And of course, he's a million times the genius that I am at these kinds of things. But he also doesn't write for real groups. Usually, he doesn't write for like real world ensembles. And so, what I hope to share with folks is how to write for Although I love writing super advanced stuff, and some of these will be just like whatever I want and as advanced, they're going to be like, those are level 5s and all that, and they're still approachable by humans. So that's what I hope to share with this process, because I do get a lot of questions about it. But when you spend a lot of time with a thing, with a particular profession or occupation that you're spending your time doing it, over time you sort of lose some of the little details about what is of what's actually going on in the process, and it's hard to teach it. And I have taught vocal jazz arranging and instrumental arranging and things like that, but I had to kind of relearn it in order to teach it. I had to take myself through the process because a lot of the things are fairly intuitive once you've been doing it for a while for money and for your livelihood, essentially. And so when I do it this way, it shares the whole process, and it gives me, socially, as an introvert, it gives me a chance to hang out with you, with everybody, in a way that makes me most comfortable. Actually, I don't act like an introvert on here, but again, I'm all by myself except for the folks watching at home, and so I hope maybe you can appreciate that. So anyway, Dave, thank you so much, and everybody else. And Bob Westner says, hello from Iowa City, Iowa. Awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be up there soon. Or well, next year. But I mean, it feels like soon, at Southwestern, at Jeremy's Festival. I recently heard your arrangement of Groove and High. It's really good. Wow. The Groove and High chart is an intense one that I wrote for my friend Neil. And that was one of those where, often much of the time when I write for Badinage from Hutchinson Community College in Kansas, the commission is go for it. Just write anything that you hear. We will figure it out over the course of our school year. And by the end, we'll have it and it'll be really impressive. So whoever performed Groove and High, and I'm not sure who's purchased that recently in Iowa, but... or maybe you heard a demo of it. But yeah, we were really going for it on that particular chart. Trying to do some really fun and aggressive stuff. So yeah, I'm glad you dug it. Thank you so much for checking in and for watching today. Really glad you're here. Awesome. Okay, something to me. So we got something. So voice leading works. I'm always checking voice leading here as we write these. Something. Oh, you heard the demo. Very good. To me. So let's get to the me voicing. I think it's 4 parts. So yeah, we're just backing up to write the very first thing that happens in the chart. So this voicing, it's dense. It's pretty dense and low. It's not muddy, I don't think, but something to me. But let's get something to me. So the voice leading will make sense for everybody. Something to me. But we're going to get something to me out of that, out of the combination of those two things. And now, to me. Let's give them an extra beat of this. So they cut it off on 2. Just sit into it slightly longer. Okay. And let's hear it. Something to me, something that and it's starting to sound like a chart now. That makes sense. Okay, so lest I worry that we don't get to do any of this doo-wah, enough, I know that I'm going to bring that back at several points in the chart. Maybe in an interlude before a soli section, maybe also and or at the end of the chart, like drum feature kind of thing or something like that. So all that is gonna be going down. Okay, so tell me again. I'm moving ahead and thinking about reharm first, and I've got all the way to "Let me live beneath your spell" because I think that's the way my brain is in its current state is processing information. Let me live beneath your spell. I've been in a rage. I'm gonna take this question. MK says, "Has there ever been an arrangement you've written where the inspiration for it made you very emotional?" Many times. This one, it's not happening, right? I mean, I'm writing a chart that I like and it's fun and it's going to work. It's a swinger and all that. But yes, there's an arrangement of Radiance, Part 8 of Radiance. We just called it Radiance, but Part 8 of Radiance by Keith Jarrett, which was an entirely improvised concert. The entire piece was called Radiance, and then Julie added lyrics, and those lyrics, Jake has called it, were based on a subject that was very close to us. A longtime friend of ours in the vocal jazz community, a wonderful human being. And Julia's longtime friend, they had lost their very young daughter for 4 years of age to brain cancer, and the many aspects of that song, some of the small details of the arrangement were evocative of that feeling and that emotion and those experiences. Some of them very specific references I won't even bring up, but we were I was very emotional while writing that. I felt it too on a lot of the ballads that we've wrote over the years as I've been writing them. Most of the time I haven't written on live streams, of course. And I was writing The Very Thought of You, one of the more recent ones that I'm very proud of, that arrangement. I love the way the demo came out and everything. I just could already tell what was going to happen when the group performed it and recorded it. That was for Folsom High School, and I just loved them and loved the director. He's just one of our greatest friends in the business and in in general, and so kind of thinking ahead about them and it was going on. It was written during distance learning. Like it was written when I knew they weren't really probably going to sing it together. They are actually this year now singing. This is why I've delayed putting it out for a year. No. We ended up, we decided not to delay it. It is out. So you can go to the website and hear it. The Very Thought of You. It's a straight ahead ballad at the beginning, and then it goes into a thing, like the second half of it at the end kind of explores a bit. And I remember feeling pretty I was moved by what was going on in the writing of that process. So yes, there have been at least those two, but quite a few more than that. And at various stages too. I've gotten really, really emotional after Julia's recorded something, and I realized just how gorgeous it can be when she puts her voice on it. Again, swingers at 168 beats per minute that are like dark and intense or whatever. They don't do that thing, but they can make me go, So this one that's the goal is to go with this one and have some kind of exciting jazz moments. Oh, American Tune. Oh, God, American Tune. Yeah. No, 100% Jake. Jake says American Tune. Yeah. No, we're very emotional about every step of that process. The group I was writing for, another one of our greatest friends in the business at Fairview High School. And it was timely. It was timely originally, just mostly because of politics and where I live politically. Where I live politically, we lived in Colorado. I mean, where our hearts are politically. And it was written, like 19, and leading into 2020. And so it was getting really heavy, and we were afraid for the future and all that stuff. So thinking about, very emotional throughout that whole process. So yeah, it's definitely not always sort of a mechanical thing. I've been afraid my whole career of letting myself do that. Like just writing one of the first originals I ever wrote was called "Song for the Traveler," and we're going to be re-releasing that soon with some changes. I remember being very emotional writing that whole piece, that whole song. I think of it as more of a piece, I guess, an art piece in a way, if I can be so grandiose as that. But that one I really love. Because it was just, I was 19 or 20 or something, and it was just really exploring what all this was going to be about, and I had aspirations to change vocal jazz and bring about some new fresh ideas or whatever at the time. That's what I've aspired to do. I hope to continue to do that if I'm fortunate enough to have the opportunities over the years as I grow older. But so yeah, it is very emotional and existential kind of thing. Some of this stuff, even though it's jazz choir music, it's my whole life, and for Julia too. We live in this stuff, so it's very important to us. And it's not very, very important to a whole lot of people. So for those folks who would hang out on the stream and watch this, you might be some of those people. You're my people, basically, a lot of the time, you're the folks for whom it also means a lot, and so I definitely connect with you all in that way, and I appreciate it. So let me live beneath your spell. And I was thinking of doing do-do. So yeah, I was thinking of E minor on this. So this originally goes to B, so it's just ta-da, do-do, that, do-do, that, voodoo, that. And that would just be a 6 chord. And 6 chords are pretty dated sounding. So that doesn't work for me. But this is you do, going 5 to 9. Voodoo, that, voodoo, you do that. Actually, the problem with E minor is what to do with the A flat. Is it major? Can it be major? You do that. That's too corny too. Do that, you do that. Ugh. So it might have to move on beat 4, but they're not going to hear this. That's pretty quick harmonic motion to move on beat 4 in this case. Okay, what else can this be maybe? Reharm trick number 1 is if I know that the harmonic rhythm is a whole bar like this and these are all the notes that need to match with it, and I need to build chords off of them, no non-harmonic tones involved. So I'll have these 3 notes. So the B, A flat is throwing me off, so I'm going to call it G sharp. But and then I'm just going to go through and see what bass notes work with it. I know what happens when it's E. It's E major. It might end up being something like that. I might change the harmonic rhythm, but so I say no to that. You do that, you do that, you do that. There's a possibility of using D sharp. So like B over D sharp instead of just B. It seems a little hipper that way, so I put that in the back pocket. There's a possibility of doing that, which was putting everything over D first, so like D major, 7, sharp 11, or even dominant. I wonder about that actually. So oh, I think I found the one actually. I think it's kind of jazzy. It's not really intense, but I think there's a little something special about the Lydian dominant effect here that this will give. So it's basically an E triad over D. But I'm not going to write it that way. I'm going to call it D major 13 sharp 11. And then that works until here, which now we have just down a half step. D flat. Sorry, I said Lydian dominant, and I didn't write Lydian dominant. So D13 sharp 11. I can't really do that. So what that would have to be is B. Okay. Pardon me, I choked on something. So the equivalent of that, I don't know, placeholder for this, but that would be B or like C flat 13 sharp 11 if I'm going parallel. So well, and then yeah, you know, if I can do something cool to get back to my C minor business here, C minor 11 and all that stuff, if I can get back to that, I'm pretty happy. So so this is pretty straightforward to do a sus chord here, but if I do on beat 3, bow, bow, if I do a G2 over B and move the bass line up into the C minor again, then I might be happy with that. And then I can go back to this stuff. Yeah, I just want to bring it back, you know? For you. For you. So I just have to change them. I mean, I did change the melody already, and I changed it in a way that it doesn't work. So, for you do. So I just have to fix it back. For you do. I was pushing the melody back in a way that now doesn't work with this reharm, but you do something to me, and then that'll fit again in this section. All right. So what do we do? So yeah, and then I'll get out somehow. Let's write a bass part. Let's write a bass part again. So what do we have here? Let's recap it real quick. It's almost at 2 hours in, almost through the head, which bodes well for finishing it in 8 hours. All right, so let me just write this bass part. Okay, just boom, boom. It's actually down here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 down. Yeah, let's see. So boom, ka-choo, boom, boom, boom. Lots of syncopation. Boom, 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 bing, boom, boom. Okay, cool. That hopefully will make more sense when we get a piano part and the rest of the ensemble, which I'm going to do shortly. Does this swing? No, it doesn't swing. I'm sorry, it's not 4. It's not in 4. It swings, but it's not 4/4. Boom, 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 boom. So we just boom, 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 boom. Something with some logic to it. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and I just got to get down to it. Boom, 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 boom. I can't sell out the D early, so I just do it by a whole step. Alberto! Good to see you. There you are. Put the D there. Hey, it's a good friend and former student from back in the day. Roberto Rodriguez says, "Hey, Kerry, just want to stop by and thank you for being one of the biggest sources of inspiration for my love of jazz. You've either gone live or YouTube recommended your mainstream to me, or your live stream to me a week before. I'm actually heading to Germany to pursue a career in opera. Whoa, that's amazing. That's incredible. Congratulations. And wow, go for it. Had to stop by and drop in some love for you. Hope everything's been well since you've left UNC. Yeah, it's cool. You know, things are up and down, but it's going to be all good. But it's great to hear that. Congrats. And wow, I wonder if you'll be close to Trussingen when I'm over there. That's fantastic. Good luck. Great to hear from you, buddy. Yeah, great singer, and I don't know if I ever heard your opera voice, my man. I didn't ask for it in rehearsals, but that's excellent. Cool. Thanks for dropping by. That's really super cool. All right, so I'm gonna try to figure out. Let's see. We gotta do something slightly. Just something that makes logical sense, like a pattern to this bass part I'm writing in, because I feel like that's what players will generally do to be, to construct a good figure in real life. C flat. I know. We got to call it C flat, I think. We want to use the keys in your tune. Bing, bing, bum, 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 dum. And then we're just going to actually not swing this for one time. Bum, bum, bum. So there is our bass line for the rest of this. And now, we can probably start to write some ensemble in this section. I think it's time. Yaron! Oh, I know. Good evening. Great start great to see you live streaming again. Yaron is basically my moderator, my unpaid moderator for this stream. If you're mean to me, he'll kick you right out. And I believe maybe I'm hoping that you'll be in Trussingen and that you wouldn't miss that, and that I'm writing something right now that you'll be singing. No, I saw Germinate, by the way. Yeah. Oh yeah, 2 hours ago. I know. You could certainly skip to like a good half hour in or more if you want. I'll catch you up and play it for you. But it's all good. I know I'm happier to have you. I'm just happy to have you on board at all. It's good to see you. I was hoping you'd catch it. I'm 2 hours later than I used to be. We moved to Florida, so we're on the East Coast. So I'm closer to you now than I used to be. Jeroen is in Europe, and I literally have felt the good pressure to start my streams earlier in the day to make sure that he and my European friends out there and folks that I've worked with in the past might have a chance to check this out. But especially this one, since this is for the German Music Council, and it's going to be a part of our conference. It's going to be one of the 3 tunes that we do at not the conference, at our seminar that we're doing this summer. Berto, yeah, man. Cheers, buddy. Okay, so I now can catch up with some ensemble writing here. Let me just play this for you so you can hear just that. Well, I'll just play the whole thing from the beginning. There's not that much music still. So we'll write the ensemble here. And then we'll finish it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, just put a timer on this, unless I allow myself to respond to chat and all that, which I'm happy to do. Feel free to write. But I mean, I think you'll see that this doesn't take very long once we get this stuff established, the ensemble writing. The voicings at this point we know it works. So you have the... I'm not going to try to write it fast to be silly, but... You have the power to hypnotize you. So you. Quarter notes. You. And again, I only say that to brag. I'm just answering the question that folks often have about the order of everything, and they imagine that writing the ensemble parts is the most intense part of the process, and I just contend that it's not. So this can still be kind of like that. And have. Jeroen says, I will not be at Drossingen this year. It's this, same year as VPJD. Oh, Deke's going to be there first time. No, that's cool, man. Oh, well, you got to have that experience. Oh, I can't believe it's the same time as VPJD. Or maybe the same year. It's the same year. VPJD, I think, happens later. But yeah, you got to parse that stuff out with work and everything. And Vocal Pop and Jazz Days, an awesome workshop that I worked for, and I just got to be involved in 2018 in Soesterberg, the Netherlands, and it was wonderful. That's where I met Jeroen and a whole bunch of friends. And Deke Sharon's going to be out there. They're going to do his a cappella thing, and so he's such a charismatic, talented person. I think it'll be great for them. And so, oh my gosh, doing Trossingen without seeing you. I'm very sad for it. I need a breakfast buddy. So, but yeah. Anyway, well, it's good to see you anyway. We'll do lots of hangs on the live streams if you can be around for them. So sopranos and altos together on this, because there's no reason to try to get the altos to dig lower for something. And then keep the basses. You have the... don't be sorry. Totally understand, my man. You have the... Actually, I'm just going to make this better voice leading. We don't need a full voicing on the word the anyway. The power... A good power chord would be some chordal harmony. The power. And maybe I can fill it up with an extra note for the chordals. If I can use this, even on 2, I'm going to use that voicing, my favorite voicing with the 11th in the lead. That's always the one I like the most. Too hip, too hip. Too hip indeed. Too hip. Do we have our first second soprano? Have I used any second? No, I have second soprano a little earlier. Too hip. Yeah, I want to really make this voice leading good, especially for the tenor bass. So let's have the treble part split. So we get to go back to another stock, like jazz piano voicing, here, and then I expect there's gonna be some motion here. So I'm gonna do a second layer, yeah, the COVID messed up the on and off thing I messed up a lot of things, but messed up the Pop and Jazz Days in Trossingen, and so now they're both back on the same, or they're back now on the same, or they're on to the same years where they hadn't been before, and it makes it a big pain for everybody. I know that's problematic. I wonder if somebody's gonna wait an extra year or do 2 in a row. Maybe one of them can do 2 in a row to kind of start offsetting each other. I hope they can do that. Maybe that would fix it. That would be smart business-wise, even. Yeah. Actually, these don't need to move. It's only these that need to move. It's only second soprano that actually needs to do the moving. And so I wonder, I can actually get rid of these. I think that'll look okay in the ink. It's kind of gross, but it's going to be crossing over some stuff. But they just don't move. So if I get this out of the way. Ugh. Don't love it. Don't love it. And then I need a slur there for them. Oh, this is gross looking. I think I'll go without the slur for them. They're just going to figure that out. Yeah. Yeah, I see you're on. And so these guys don't move off of their note. Why am I missing the ability to? Okay, there we go. And then this has to connect here. And then all that moves here is the tenors, which again, I love the voice leading. Me. I'm going to give them a little bit more time with this. Give them 3 beats to sing that, and then we need everybody here on that chord, and I'll just kind of break my rules of the layering and stuff, and it should be okay. Supply me. That's probably a crescendo ending, right? It's exciting. And so, yeah, I don't know. I said put the clock on, but it wasn't the fastest ever. I think the G7 Alt is a little surprising in that context, and I do like where it's going to get us back to this B section or C section, whatever this is. So Let's have a cool voicing on let here for our level 3 chart. We can do this. We've got good voice leading up to this point. We can have a nice crunchy chord. Let. So if this is my bass line voicing, I think I can do this. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the hippest on me, but... but then it'll let me... Yeah, this 3-part harmony will be a lot easier to deal with. And so I put the 1 and the flat 5 down here, which becomes the meat and potatoes when... 7, 9, which you can use in the minor 7 flat 5, and then the 11's on top. And then neath is going to be hard to get to. This has to just be this 2 parts here underneath. So I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna call this flat 9 because that's kind of what's going on. Beneath your spell. So. I'm temporarily going to write this voicing in. Beneath your a little bit of work for the bass voices to do there. Beneath your But I do like where it winds up on spell. That's a decent voicing there. And so the rest of voice leading's cool. I'll take it. Live beneath your spell. Live beneath your spell. So they'll have to make that. I think we can justify that as still being in level 3 territory, I suspect. So we're at forte here. You do that. Yeah, okay. So I've just added 4 bars. Let's listen again to the context. Okay, now... So all that is obviously fine, right? It sounds like vocal jazz. To replace my water before too long. I haven't taken a break yet, so don't feel too bad about that. I guess I'll have to get lunch, but I'm going to try to push through at least till it's 2:18 on the East Coast right now. I'm going to see if I can work till 3:30 or 4 would be nice today. And then maybe come back in the evening and finish. So sorry to Europe. But maybe also finish it tomorrow too. We'll see. So the good news is from this voicing on spell, the upper structure harmony can get to this triad, which I really wanted them to arrive at. And spell, and then they can do. And so as long as they do this do, here we have and then we'll just It's going to be a little weird going back and forth. I like to keep, 3-part, 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 and, all in a big chunk. But we haven't done that in this chart. And so the people doing second soprano are doing a little bit of back and forth between their other parts, alto and soprano, to make this work. You do that, you do that. I want a bunch of functional voicings here. So you do that, foo, do that. I'm going to assume this is going to work. Do. And I have, foo. I'll fix those in a second. Do that. And I need C flats on this to be consistent. And then, I'm going to assume also, because this is parallel. So, right? How does that sound? Of course. Yeah, that works. I say of course. I mean it's not of course. It's just, the math checks out, right? That and then you. So, and then we're just going to keep, for the moment, we're going to keep our structure intact. What is that? Ugh. So that's not that's not a B double flat anymore. We are actually, no, we're not doing any of this. We're not playing around with C flat. We are going back to B because of how gross the voicings are going to look here. So this just has to be like this. It's E sharp, but God, it is E sharp. I hate all of it. I just hate all of it. Has to be though. Okay. Hello, haven't checked in with everybody for a while. Hi, how are you? And every once in a while I look over and see, okay, I've probably been just in my own little world writing for a while. I hope that's what you're here for. I hope you enjoy that. But do know that you will not be messing me up by checking in or saying hey or asking a question. If you want to lurk, please lurk. I'm very grateful for everybody who comes in and keeps me company while we do this. The arranging can be a lonely profession at times. And so this, so that's the thing. This would look really great as D flat, but then we're going to use the E sharp in here. You do. Yeah, it's the same thing. And then that's going to work out nicely with the sus chord. And then I'll probably tie this over anyway. So so at least there's some logic again to these parts. So if the bass parts are you do that, do that, you do so, and then at least that much of it. So what do I have? You do so you do so. So this now has to be. Well. This is just it's just that. And then kind of a nice surprise. Moves to that. So these two are not ties. They are slurs, and there's a difference, my friends. There is a difference between ties and slurs in appearance. So both those move, and we got it. And then we're moving on. Okay. So let's just listen to Let Me. I'll bet you that's gonna hold. So 4. Okay. So what are we doing? Do we have anything that's a reference nobody else could do? I don't know yet. I don't know what that could do is gonna do. Let's just try to finish the lead sheet of this. So, for you do something to me, to me. That something to me. I don't want to be stuck with F minor 6 there anymore. So something to me. So this is probably back to B flat 13 sus. Kind of feels like. That 1 and 4 in the bass tenor. See, I hadn't been writing piano. I probably better go back and write some piano, huh? So this, let me just change how this rhythm works here. Why is it not reacting right? Just do that. Boom, boom, boom. The same deal here. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'll just not do a kind of a warm voicing there. Low voicing. Bum, bum. Okay. And I think I can finish this, and then we'll be caught up, except for writing the piano in this section, which I think I could do. Might need a break to do that. I don't know. We'll see. So it's so what have we just come off of? For you. Okay, so let's do 2-part writing here. For you. For you. For you. No, we can get there with this stuff, can't we? For you. Yeah, that's actually fine too. That's cool. For you do something. Okay, so this will be similar to what we've seen before, but have I? Oh, I put that with the altos, didn't I? So let me keep it that way. And then something, and then. So for you, something. So just bum 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 thing, something to me, something to me. Did that ever happen before? Something to me, to me. Yeah, so it's to me. We're going to leave it the same. If they've done it before, don't make them remember the slightly different thing to do. And then what do the tenor basses do? Oh, wait. Something. I better... I just got to match this up with what I did before, so it's easy to remember. So this was chordal harmony, and then I did this voicing with the triad with the fifth on the bottom, and then blah blah was that. Let's reuse that. Yeah, so it's for you do, and then repeat the same voicings as before, something to me, and then big jump to that, and then we got to write it. Right now we don't know what it's doing. Nobody else could do. Ta-da. So that no. Can we get to that? No. I just love trying to look at this and make the lead note an 11th there if possible. That no. So that no. Which gives us this cool like moment of F sharp there. I kind of want to see if I can make that work, so I'm going to commit to it temporarily. Temporary commitment. That no. That no. So sorry, altos. That no. With A flat to G sharp, but I just need the vertical stuff to look good. No, decent voicing or decent voice leading for the tenor basses. Oh, but it's not that. That no. It's doable. I don't like the C sharp for them as much, but it needs to be that. No. This is going to be chord, I think. So it's different chords the whole way for the reharm. That no. Yeah, F minor. F minor. Again, that is imperfectionism at work, or non-perfectionism at work. Who knows if there's a better choice than this? Somebody who spends a lot of time writing a chart knows if there's a way better choice than F minor 11. But I know this works, and I know it goes with my strategy of using like this is the first on nobody else. It's a surprising move because we haven't done a lot of third root movement, right? We've done steps and fifths and fourths the whole time. We're back to steps here, but this will then be a little spark to do. And then nobody. That wants to move down to the. I don't know yet. Nobody else could do. Yeah, we'll see. Little bit stuck on this idea. So let's see. F sharp. I may have to back up and not do this. The imperfectionism may have got me into a place where I can't move forward into a hip place like I want to be, because what does could do? I feel like this is actually. I feel like this is going to be an interlude thing where, so I'm going to cross over into this, and I'm going to have like 8 bars. I'm going to cross over into this part of the form, and I have like 8 bars of interlude on our opening figure. that will get us into a soli section. And what? Oh, whoops, that wasn't it. It's here. Or development section. I don't even know if it's a soli. But where are we on the chart? So I'm at 1 minute and 4 seconds in. So if we end up writing a chart that goes a little bit at the end with this figure and has drum solo stuff over it, the chart could end up being 3:30 to 4 minutes long, which is generally what we're going for to fit within people's festival sets and all that stuff. So, and I mean, that's appropriate for this commission. So I think we're okay. Obviously, you can open up solo. You can open up a bunch of improv, and you're good to go. But I think I want to let people do that if they want to with the chart, and not necessarily make the soloing absolutely required. And it probably won't be on the demo if I proceed as I'm thinking. So, what harmonic solutions can I come up with here? What can G be? Nobody. I think I need another surprise move. Nobody. Yeah, maybe we're going to try play around with going up to G minor instead of doing counter or contrary motion here. So G minor 11 and all parallel up to this. So that's yeah, because that lets us. Okay, so it lets us get to here. Here's what I want. I want to wind up with D flat happening around here, and then get back into that stuff. Nobody. So slip up. Is there a way to get in? Is there slick? Nobody. Yeah, I mean, there is a way, and it is chord, which is what I said I was going to do earlier. It won't be the same. I'm not going to do parallel voicings with that kind of a jump down. No, but and everybody has to move the same. But I'll do a voicing, a D minor voicing. Could be just a fourth. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They'll work it out. Just this little corner. It's an intense little moment. And can this be D flat 7? And so then, okay, tenor basses come together for this half step. So here's the voice leading. After I write in the alto note here. Okay. Soprano, alto. Nobody else. Altos are laughing. They're happy. Second soprano altos. That nobody else. That nobody else. That nobody else. They're okay. That nobody So second sopranos. Then nobody else. Then nobody else. Then nobody. Getting to the A natural is their biggest challenge. But they can, I'm convincing myself they can do it. Now, tenor bass voicing. Oh, that's not it though. That nobody else, that nobody else, that nobody else. Tenors have maybe the hardest job here. Yes. Julie Koenig. Julie Koenig. Everybody, please welcome to the chat, the Julie Koenig. Good friend, former student, incredible musician, good person, excellent person, incredible. All the superlatives, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, altos are laughing. I think that's a bit of a British, you're laughing. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're good. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, so this little bit does some stuff. Know something to me that nobody else could do. Yeah, and it's different here, isn't it? This is going to be different. We're going to go ahead and try the. Could do. So this is a different thing. This is just B over. It's a whole different thing now. Of course, we're not writing it like B, but it's going to be B over C, and just that. So we haven't done that before. But we're doing, it's going to be sneaky because it's going to seem like the same thing, I think. B over C. Yeah. Okay. Should I write some piano voice? No, I haven't written in all the piano voicings. Let me let me put tenor basses on could do. I mean, they could sing the words could do, I guess, right? They could do. Could do. We'll just have three parts there. Could do. It's going to be do. I'm sorry. I could write voodoo in the case of this chart, but little snappy crescendo. Yes, there is in view. Why is it telling me it's not in view? Okay, good. All right. Bang, bang, button. Okay, here's a whole chart. You're going to be missing piano. It's going to seem weird when that drops out, but... Okay, so this is something else. Okay, so do and then we're walking, I think. And then I'm just gonna write what I'm hearing, but I don't know if this will end up being a thing. Do da 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 ba do da ba do da ba do da. It probably won't be what this is, but da ba do da ba do da ba do da ba do da 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 ba da da ba do da ba do da ba do da da ba do da da ba do da da do da da. Okay, okay, something like that. How does this melody? So it just needs to keep going. I mean, it's almost just a straight linear thing up, but and this is ending it. And I mean, I'm going back to. I think I'm going back to this. Oh, you know, I'm going to go to the form as reharmed. And then I'm going to write. And it'll be a soli going on here. So, future me. I mean, I think I know what I'm trying to do here. But anyway, soli over reharm form. Reharm to form, I guess I could say, but that's fine. Okay, anyway, that's what's happening. It's longer than that. Whoops. That thing... 2-bar decrescendo. It's not in view. There is something selected, which is not in view. Dear Sibelius, I can see this. It's right there. It's not even, your dialog box is not even covering it. Okay. Rant over. So it's something. So there's a bunch of chords to write. So what are these? So we want to wind up. We want to wind up with this making sense. So it's probably. It's probably. I can tell what it's going to be. It's going to be. Yeah, it's just yeah. So something. This will be. I mean, that just sounds like what that's about to do, right? In fact, it's a big moment. So let's put the bass down low. G7 alt, this whole section, right? So we're doing 5-1 because we're tonal. And then now, so it's going to be shanga de shanga de shanga de shanka do. So we have 3 chords. To add. Could be that. Don't know yet. So. Would love for that to have worked with my melody, but it does not. Well, it's okay. That was just the first thing I tried. I always like the first thing I try to work. Why not? Dun, 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 dun. What's coming up? Oh, I see what the problem is. I'm trying to do the tritone sub. I'm trying to use D flat something, but D really sounds better in the melody. Okay, so it could be anything. I actually really like. I like the sus here. I've been using that for kind of this pivot chord. Again, not an uncommon thing when I'm combining modal and tonal, which I do a whole lot with reharm. Moments of 5/1 in vocal jazz ensembles. That tends to helps a bit. That's useful. You do some cool modal stuff, but then you let everybody know, okay, but we really are in C minor. So B flat sus has really been working for us. Let's keep it in the palette. Ba ba do da ba do da boom doom. I mean, I think I know what we're doing. Bum, just A flat, bum, bum, and then even ba-dum to get to F and bum, 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 dum. Oops. See that? It's bum, 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 bum. I mean, that's not too controversial. So that's like, did I screw myself up though? Not really. The D natural should work if I'm thinking F minor to G7 all. So, A flat major, 13, da, 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 F, just straight up F minor. Boom, 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 boom. So, ba ba do da, ba do da, ba do da, cool. Okay, so that's the thing. So that can go up here because it's official. Starting to develop. Maybe gonna be a chart. You know what? Let's just start over and do it a whole different way. Just kidding. Okay. So now what? I don't know what the ensemble does yet. I've stopped writing piano parts, so I guess the ensemble's next. But da, 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 da. So where were they? Da. So okay, tenor bass are. Oh no. Yeah, they need to be covering more. Yeah, that. Da, 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 da. Gonna get some harmony here. It's gonna get thick. Actually, altos, you can have your own line. You're welcome. Yeah, but we want to fill that in. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just in thirds. Julie, the altos are still laughing. I don't even know why I said that before. Actually, they probably aren't all in thirds, are they? Because we're probably here by this point. I'll figure out what the TBs do, but oh, this is pretty. A whole lot of whole steps. We love a melodic line. Da ba do da ba do da. Do you love that one? Well, what they don't necessarily love is da 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 da. So yeah. I think we're probably here by this point. Again, I'm leaving gaps in the tenors. I have these points I know where I want it to hit, and we haven't pushed. Oh wait, hold on. Tenors actually don't even need that F yet. I'm really in a cruise. That's a bad term. I'm really in a journey of trying not to write tenor parts too high very often anymore. But they are going to provide the seventh on this day, and then we could do that. Ooh, that could be fun. So what do we got? Yeah. So we'll move them. I don't know if that's actually the notes they're going to have. Decrescendoing on that, by the way. But I think they can hang. And then let's get this. So they gotta get to C major 7 sharp 11. So that actually works. Interestingly, good voice leading always pleases my ear. Okay, cool. So I just skipped a few notes of the line for the tenor basses. Let me see what they can do. So they hold. Wait, do they not? Yeah, no, they're holding this. It's when it's fast, it won't matter that we're kind of missing some stuff. We're like running through stuff that they've already got, but I just need to write the rest of these 3-part voicings. That was so. Julie, your line is. That's cool. I don't even know why we would cut that off before 1. I mean, yeah, we wouldn't, because of gang, that'll sound good all the way until 1, even with reverb and let's see. So what's happening? All right, you're welcome, tenor basses. This time, just show up to rehearsal on time, and you'll be able to do this. Da 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 da. So how are we doing? Oh, I like that. I like that color change. That's cool. Okay. So now what? Now we can hear the whole thing again because we're still only a minute into the chart, right? I mean, let me look at the time code down here. Yeah, minute 10. Seems daunting at 3 hours into the writing process. But it's doable. It kind of gets faster, I think. So at this point, what I would do, I mean, I might end up rewriting some of the comping figures in the piano, but I should fill in the piano. I should go through and figure out what the piano is going to play. Really, left hand is going to be matching the bass, and I'm going to make a note. I'm going to make it... No, they're just going to play together a lot on this chart. But yeah, so the piano... and then I just got to figure out what the right hand does to properly support. And then I can take the... the figures I've got and move those into the development section and then develop and write a soli. And maybe after the soli is the verse. Again, I was mighty blue, though my life was through, or thought my life was through, rather, till the heavens opened, and I gazed at you. Won't you tell me, dear, why when you appear? See, so that'll be I'll use the verse as it'll be like a floaty little break. So there'll be a soli that happens in the next part of the form, and then kind of a floaty little break. Just like floaty, pedally kind of back into the head out. So the verse is going to happen by the ensemble again, because I'm deciding no solos in this chart. The ensemble will handle the verse material, but in kind of a cool floaty way. Then we will come back to the head and maybe reuse some material. We'll take it on out with we'll take it out with like that drum thing. And that's it. Voodoo. Maybe we'll sing the words voodoo instead of doo-doo and stuff at the end. But I think that can be a good direction for it to go. And so next step is finish writing the form in here. I'll copy it later, but I kind of want to write down my ideas as I've got them here. So I'm just going to grab all of this, even though it's not done. Let's see, 4 bars. Yeah, I'm just going to... So development for a whole form. something that isn't going to destroy a group, like with time, in terms of the time to put it together, but that it's cool and fun. And then this is the early return to that figure. Okay, something else. Okay. This isn't utterly new for me. But yeah, we're gonna go C pedal. Go C pedal in this section. I'll just write something that reminds me. So I'll just write some figure that could be played. Does this make sense? Right. To get us into this next bit. Yeah, once you start having the creativity, sounds a little lofty. Anyway, once you have the ideas coming, don't want to let them go. So I'm trying to hurry over this. And then this stuff, stretched out verse material. Actually, yeah, a la Moth, and I'll remember what that means. But that's, kind of like the My Foolish Heart Moth arrangement that is a Kurt Elling thing. The moon was the chords with just a single pedal can be kind of cool. As this goes for a while. And I really don't know how long it's going to be, and it'll expand. I'm not going to write it in yet, but I want to get the rest. So all of this goes, and so on. I'm just going to write a couple more of these in. It's going to be different, but this is kind of the placeholder for the verse right now, and then I will change it later, but I just don't want to lose the momentum of the ideas as they come in. Also starting to map out roughly how deep we are into the chart. At this point, we're 2 minutes 45 in. So I'm happy with that being part of the development. And then, so stretched out pseudo Moth stuff over the verse, using the verse. And then, oops. And then head out. Oh God, I'm losing my mic. I knocked actually, if it can hang for a while, I'll be okay. Literally, it's hanging. Okay, so I'll come back to a little bit of this after that development section. Come back to this, and then. Really a DSL coda. Yeah, DSL coda. Let me just put all the rehearsal letters in. It just really helps me keep track of things. And then the coda, obviously I don't do form anymore in my charts. I don't do that kind of form. I just don't like people I feel like they can print a couple pages. A lot of people are on iPads and all that, and they'll be okay. At this point, everybody else, by the time we hit the coda, we're at 338, and we're very happy with that. Let's put in another 36 bars for yes. And then the coda is just the drum thing that I was talking about before. So now we're at rehearsal letter S. Actually, yeah, it's kind of this, really. Yeah. So it's actually the coda. Doesn't even really start until the end of this form, and because I'll go back and I'll grab this, and then this will repeat. And actually, I will use some form here. Save just a little bit of space. Start a repeat. Yeah. Oh, good. We put the repeats around there. Hey, never knew it would do that. This is drums. Drum solo. Remind me how to do this. I've been away from writing too long. There it is. We'll overvamp, because why not? They love doing that. And this is, something like 4 times. We'll just do 4 times on this. And I will put play on pass on the first 3 passes. And then I think I can actually do the figure. I can actually let them use this. Like I can get us out of the chart with that. Oh, I grabbed the top. Okay. There's no solo, so I can get rid of that in a second. Yeah. So it's just that, and that's the end. Nice 5-part chord. Yeah. Dun, dun. Whoops. Bum, bum. Oh, I see. Bum, bum. And fill. And then that's it. And then with the, so we're at 4 minutes and 20 seconds, which is 4 minutes 19.9. It's almost like what you'd have to put on a Colorado mile marker for people not to steal it. If anybody gets that, please say so in the chat. Just kidding. I know you all get it. So that's the deal. Yeah. You can slow that down if you want. I think we'll probably cruise all the way to the end. But that's it. That's the form of the tune. What am I writing? I'm writing the verse, and then I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get some lunch. But what's going to happen is I'm going to fill in that piano part. I might do that off stream because it's boring. And then I'm going to write the soli. I'm going to write the other development, which is the verse. And then that is it, basically. I've got to, make sure, well, it's finished other than that. Write the drum part, and then the chart is done. So that is how quickly these things come together. When you have Get rid of this solo line that we don't need anymore. Goodbye, solo line. When you get something down, right, in this creative process, you got to understand that if everything is different from left to right the whole time, there's nothing for the audience to grab a hold of. There's no like reward for the time spent in rehearsal for the ensemble, shedding a certain part and learning it, getting everything tight and stuff. So if you've reused some material, the audience and the ensemble will benefit, and the director and their parents and everybody. I mean, it's just better. To have some material that recurs, and that's the difference between this chart and like Jacob Collier writing Moon River or something, and plenty of other stuff, whatever's going to be Maria Schneider's hang gliding or something. Like there's a lot more through composed stuff that one can do, but through arranging for a level 3 chart, it's not necessary. So I think I think this is going to do the trick here, and I think we're going to be all right. So what will happen now to my 5 friends who are watching? I'm going to call this good for now, and then just look out again if you want to even temporarily sub to my channel. You will. And hit, if you do the bell thing, you'll get a quick notification the next time I'm coming back on. I'm actually, I probably won't do another announcement that I'm doing another stream. I just don't want to saturate my, Facebook feed. I don't want to go on there much anyway, but I don't want to saturate it with, and I'm going again to write the second half of You Do Something to Me. But I'm going to do that. And eventually, probably today. Very possibly I will end up finishing. I'll just choose to finish tomorrow, and I'll do some cleanup on this thing. But I will try to do this on stream. So I hope it's been cool for everybody checking it out. I really appreciate you being here. Those watching it later, which is of course most folks, thank you for watching the Behind the Chart series. And there's a whole bunch more of this from years and years in the past when I wrote other charts. A lot of those I really love, and they're time tested now. Some of that music you can on the same chart you can hear the full demo of it, and you can see groups performing it online on YouTube. Well, you can see the process of writing those. Eventually, that'll be the case with this one. We'll have a demo done. It'll be available through Edizione Federmontana, which is, like I said, a German music publishing company operated by Matthias Becker, my friend. And this will be premiered in Trossingen, Germany this summer in July, right after my 17th wedding anniversary with Julia, which I will miss because I'll be flying there, but that's okay. We've already worked that out. Anyway, so that's the nature of this chart. That's what it's doing. This won't be at kerrymarsh.com. We won't publish it there. We may publish the tracks there, depending on what when we talk about it with Matthias. But anyway, that's where this is going, and I thank you so much for being a part of this. And goodbye for now.